Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently working on getting our cities a little bit better set up. We do have the Civil War apparently brewing up here. That definitely happens a lot when we just restart the game. But let's see here. We've got this guy over here with a decently large power base. We can give him free hands. He's in perfect health, but he's 58 years old. He's not going to last forever. So let's give him free hands, and that should solve the problem on its own. Now, Benar is going to rebel in 15 months here, and do we want to increase the size of our legion? That is a theoretical possibility at this point, and I'm thinking about how we might want to go about doing that. It's going to cost us more gold than we have. We can definitely work on our innovations, and we were working our way down towards urban planning. So Overseers is definitely an interesting thing to get, boosting our slave output by 3%. So that would definitely be a good thing to have. No doubt about that. And these lads, I'm moving them up over here for now. This is going to be within Candace, and I don't want them to be taking attrition, right? So that's okay for now. We can get a military tradition here. We could grab, say, discipline for our ships. Or ship damage done. Yeah, we could do that. We'll do that for now. So that's okay. The Civil War has ended, sure. And these guys are going to arrive here. I'm going to put them back into drill. When is this going to start? 14 months? Okay. So we've got a little bit of time there. That seems fine. Wow, this is seeming very laggy right now. I don't know why. I just started the game, but maybe I need to restart it again. You know what? I'm going to make a save here. I'm going to do it. I will be back in just a moment, and hopefully it'll be less laggy this time. Okay, so here we are with the game restarted again. It does seem to be running a little smoother. I think it's related to the ticks, though. So I don't know if there's any solving it at this point. We'll see. It wasn't doing this last episode. That's for sure. Maybe it has to do with the tick rate? I mean, it's a little better. I don't know. I will attempt to solve that. That is something that we can maybe come back to. But those frame drops are not ideal, that's for sure. So out over this way in Thashanah, well, we're actually getting prosperity here. We'll take some taxes, absolutely. Out over here in Thashanah, we've got a little bit of work to be done. We want to build a slave trader here, 152 gold on that. We're going to get that done as soon as possible here. It's going to take us a little while. This does smell like a trap. That said, provincial loyalty plus 0.1 will delay this fairly significantly. I'm going to do it. It is actually a fairly useful thing. So 15 months and 34 months, and the other province is no longer working towards rebellion. So that seems reasonably good in theory, as long as we don't have to do anything about the C family in the next little while, right? So that would be the question at this point. We do have an available decision here. This is not a relevant decision for us, though, so we're not going to do anything regarding that. We can get this slave trader built right now, and that is definitely something that we want to do. Now, these cities are not fully populated yet, but I do want to have them maxed out as we move down and continue to work on Patani. So we're going to get this tax office built here. It will boost up our tax a very small amount, but this is mostly due to the lack of population here. That will get worked on in all three of these cities' cases, but that'll be something kind of passive over time. That'll be absolutely fine. It would be interesting if the slave trader actually like encouraged migration of slaves. Not exactly, you know, willing migration, but it would be interesting for sure. So we do need to build a tax office up over here. That's 76.4 gold, and we will have enough for that next month tick. So that's absolutely fine. Let's continue on forward here. Yes, definitely a periodic tick. I'm watching the clouds moving over here. That's interesting. I don't know if that's something that's caused by the mod suite, or if that's something inherent to the game. I don't recall that happening previously, but we'll just kind of hope to ignore it. It's definitely a thing that is existing here. And luckily, grand strategy games don't need the smoothest frame rate in the world. So there is that. So down here in Panay, we are at 28 out of 30 possible buildings, and we could definitely boost up our buildings there, but we're maxed on research efficiency, so I don't think there's any reason to do so. We could, however, do this in Barus, building these conscription camps and boosting up our manpower gains. That would not necessarily be a bad thing. I do want to increase the legion size here. This is currently up to 30. I'm not going to increase our engineers and our supply train here yet, but I do want to bring in 2 cohorts of heavy infantry, a cohort of pikemen, and then, in theory, 3 cohorts of archers. Do we have enough gold for that? We actually do. So that'll put us at 26. Okay, that's pretty decent. What do we need here next? Well, that's going to be in the in the religious advances? No, where are we? Here we are, in civic advances. We want land tithe. So pop migration speed plus 20%, 6 tribesmen, and we're going to get plus 12% tribesman output. Now, tribesmen we're moving away from. The pops will be useful for sure. That actually allows us to colonize a couple of areas up here. And we're going to do that. We're going to colonize Sisaket for sure. Do it. And then we would need to colonize... We had another area we could colonize. Interesting. Well, we can colonize one of these anyway, and that's a very, very good thing. So we're very happy about being able to do that at long last. Now, we need to figure out what we want to do with our remaining 4 slots here, right? So I'm thinking about that, and with 4 slots, that makes it a little bit awkward. No doubt about that. Actually, quite a lot awkward. So there is that. We'll see what we want to end up doing about that. I'm not going to pay to replace this stockpile. Okay, so these cities are all good to go. Down in Patani, hang on. For a second, I thought that had improved, but no, it hadn't. Okay, Banar. Sure, so these guys are rebelling against us. We're going to walk up and immediately siege this. We're now a regional power instead of a major power. That's because we're right on the line here, right? And that is expected. So we're walking in here. We're going to eliminate their levy instantly. They have basically nothing that they can do here. Senatorial resistance, that's very rude. Ah, we have new leadership. Okay, yeah, that would do it. And we'll put this guy... Well, we do have a scorned family. This is skill 11 versus skill 8. Omen power, though. I'm not sure how much we care about the omen power. I'm going to put this guy in for the scorned family. Okay, so we're going to eliminate this levy. No problem whatsoever there. Easy. We did not stack wipe them, but we are working on this siege. And it should go reasonably quickly-ish due to our engineer cohorts. It's going to take some time, though. However, okay, there are 2 states here. Noted. I'm wondering, oh, the capital's up here? Okay, that's mildly awkward. For sure, that's mildly awkward. Let's head down to Patani, and we need to build a slave trader down here. So let's get going on that. That will boost up our slave desired ratio. So that is indeed exactly what we want to do. And we need 2 additional slave traders here. That would put us at 7 of 8. And then we'd be able to build 1 tax office. Now, we'll get some out of population, and we'll get some out of civilization value in terms of building slots, but that is absolutely fine for the time being. It's also possible that there might be, like, a very large war going on somewhere causing this. It in fact, very much might be possible. There's some spooky things going on up there, so that is noted. That said, our economy is getting a lot better, so that is very, very good. We're up to 20 gold per month right now, which is not bad at all. And that's while we're in the middle of this, right? Okay, barbarians up over here. What a bunch of jerks. Honestly, it's kind of shocking how much larger the world is with the Terra Indomita mod. No doubt about it. It's huge in comparison. Absolutely enormous. Like, Rome is so far away from us. So far. I mean, we're at the ends of the earth, right? So that makes sense. So we're going to head down to Patani here. I want to get another slave trader building here immediately. Excellent. And we should have gotten some slave pops from here that are getting redistributed. That's fine. I'm wondering what they're planning on doing. They're not really going to get anything done here. We're just going to take this capital, and that'll auto-cap this entire area, and war's over. So no problem here. There we go. It's not going to auto-cap here, I guess, but let's head over to here to start working on those barbarians. Okay, so that put us at 94%. Now we're going to auto-cap here, and that'll put us at 100%. There we go, 100% war score. Sue for peace. We're going to take these territories. Fantastic. We don't care about aggressive expansion here. So we'll just take popularity. Sounds good. Now, this fort needs to get deleted. And what do they produce here? Citrus? So can we build can we build, what is it called? A farming estate? Villa estate? I forget what it's called. Farming settlement. There we go. Yes, we are, hang on. 20 gold or 2 citizens? We're going to take the citizen pops. Absolutely. That'll make us so much more than 20 gold. Now, we can call down an omen here, and I'm going to do provincial loyalty because we're having a problem with that. We can go for civic focus and construction, as before. So that looks good, and these barbarians are not going anywhere right now. Now, I would very much like to start building roads. I feel like we still need to be working primarily on building city buildings. That said, we may want to check to see if we can build that farming settlement. 143 gold, so that's a couple of months away. Sure. They're currently heading into here. Cool. So we'll pursue them, and we'll catch them there. This should be a stack wipe. What do we want here? 18 gold for 6 stability. I feel like we don't really need the stability or the religious tech advancement right now. We are 48 years ahead of time in tech. So I'm really not concerned about tech. Oh, and we just got a breakthrough too. So we just gained an innovation, and we're going to grab moral education, dropping our build cost by 2.5%. That seems good. The next one is a 15% reduction of road build cost, which would be absolutely phenomenal. Okay, I want to check in here. Yes, we can indeed build a farming settlement there. I thought we might be able to. So that's good. That is the barbarians stack wiped at this point, and we're just going to head on back over this way. Okay, cool. So next up in Patani, I want to build that additional slave trader. We're just going to need... Actually, this month take will do it. There we go. That looks good. Checking in on these 3 cities up here. They are good to go. Of course, Barus, we can continue to work on our conscription camps here. We can build 3 of them in this location. So that is a theoretical possibility. But I do want to get Patani built up a little bit here. Getting additional tax income would be phenomenal. Like, 0.35 is pretty sizable. No doubt about that. And 0.36 over here. This is going to be our next project. Patani is nearly complete at this point, although it will get more building slots from civilization level and population, but we absolutely want to get these tax offices built. Barbarians have risen up over here. Okay. Let's bring these guys down to this port, and we'll head on over there. These barbarians might just cease to exist by the time we get down here. We'll see. They're down to 3,500 right now. Okay. It's going to take us a little while to get into position here, but that's fine. We're at 89 gold right now, which of course means that we can put in a tax office here. So we'll get that done. Patani is now, for the moment, complete. Okay, so these guys are going to embark, and our first navy is going to carry them down over here or so. It's going to take some time to get there, but that's okay. So we're at 14,000 manpower right now. We could consider enlarging our legion. That can go up to 30 still. So how would we want to go about doing this? Well, I'm thinking we exclude the pikemen. We put in 2 cohorts of archers and 2 cohorts of heavy infantry. they have to be standing in a territory that we both own and control. On boats is not a location where we can do that. Okay, fair enough. That is absolutely fine. So we're going to end up building a foundry here, and we'll remove these buildings as needed. Okay, they're up over here right now. So that seems reasonably fine. We're going to end up being around here. I'm guessing they're going to walk into Lemury, but we'll see. Currently, they're not going anywhere. They're going back south again. Okay, so they're going back to Barris. That's fine. We're almost here. So that seems good. Now, it's going to cost us 220 gold to build a foundry over here. That's okay. That is certainly going to be a little bit slow. An unfortunate conflagration, huh? We're going to seize the estate. That'll get us more tax from the area, and that'll be fine. So we can see this is up to 0.37, which is, you know, not a lot. And the question is, oh, Zhijian Wen was murdered. That's very unfortunate. Do we consider him guilty? No, we're powerless to act. Okay, we need a martial researcher, and that's also a Scorn family. I'm putting this guy in because I really do want a higher level researcher there. We are going to have a Scorn family for a bit. Okay, so we're attacking right over here. That shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, we'll get there even before they attack that. Perfect. Let's re-embark these guys. I don't want to build road. Yeah, I want to re-embark. Oh, right. Has to be in a port, so we have to walk back onto the boats. That's fine. Although, before we go, I would like to grab those 2 heavy infantry and 2 archers. There we go. Something along the lines of that. 30 out of 31. That's actually noted. I think we should go for a unit of siege engineers next. Okay. That'll do for now. So these guys are going to hop on the boat, and we're going to take them back up over to the frontier. That'll be absolutely fine. Cool. So we're making solid progress there. I do want to get this foundry built. That is going to be fairly expensive. Yeah, this impact on province loyalty isn't necessarily the greatest thing in the world. That's for sure. Checking in up over here, 11, 10, and 11. Yeah. And this could go up, but we really don't require the research efficiency at this time. So we're not going to bother putting those in right now. We have additional research efficiency headroom. We just don't need it at this moment. And of course, we can put in additional conscription camps here to boost up our manpower gains out of Barus. But that's fine for right now. So we're going to be putting in a foundry here on this next month tick. They do take a while to build as well. So that's fine. We're going to have the money probably to build a mill by the time that's finished. Yeah, that takes almost a year. So that should be absolutely a-okay. When are we going to get our next advance here? June of 607? Okay, noted. And I guess this is fine. Okay, so we lack a commander on this legion. And we definitely want this to be somebody who's actually good at the job. Unfortunately, we don't have any of those. This guy's actually fairly loyal and from a Scorn family, so we'll put him in, but it's not ideal. Sure. In we go, and let's walk up over here. Perfect. So next up, we are going to construct a mill here, right? But that is going to be quite a while before that's done. I don't want to get any road construction completed at this point until we grab this to reduce the cost by 15%. I feel like that will be very, very useful. And I do think that urban planning is the way to go here. So that'll be fine. We're currently making 18 gold per month, which is not the best amount, but we did just enlarge our legion, so that's absolutely fine. A couple of citizens moving to Panay, or we could make them become slaves instead. And that's what we'll do. Excellent. So we're drilling here, that's absolutely fine, and we are going to be building a mill here. Now, we have 12 building slots available, so 4 total right now. We can definitely get our 3 mills and our slave trader in here before we even have to start taking out any of these existing buildings. So that looks good. We'll get this mill on. That is queued up at this point. So that is looking very solid. We're going to have a slave city completed here soon. Excellent. Now, we know it's going to be a little while before we get anything done here. Now, the question is, do we want to try to take advantage of this revolt? Kinda, yeah. We would gain some tyranny from this, but I want to make a claim on this province. Let's get going on that. It'll take some time before we have that claim, to be sure. And we do have some missions to be done up over here, but to be honest, basically all of these are going to require some colonization. Well, not all of them. This one wouldn't. So that's noted. Okay. Well, we definitely want to continue forward here. There's not a lot going on at this exact moment, but we have a number of irons in the fire here. And we're definitely going to start expansion very, very soon. So that looks good. And we're going to want to build another mill here as soon as possible. So we're currently producing 2 iron here, and we absolutely want to produce a lot more, right? How many slaves do we have here right now? Only 4? Okay, that's not necessarily ideal. Our slave desired ratio is currently 17, so that is growing. But that's going to go up a lot. This does not give slave desired ratio. This does give migration attraction, which is what I think that slave traders should do as well. But it gives migration attraction and happiness, and reduces the slaves needed for local surplus, which is currently at 17. So we're not going to be getting an additional surplus here for quite a long time, but that's okay. We've got a number of buildings here that need to get switched over. So this is 110 gold for both of these. Yeah, overall this is going to be pretty expensive, but that is expected and will pay for itself. So this mill is going to be done, and we're going to queue up the second mill basically immediately, but I don't think we're making enough money right now to be able to consistently build here at this moment. We'll see. Do we want to go on a hunt? No, that's really expensive. We absolutely don't want to go on a hunt right now. That is fine. Once we've gotten this build road cost reduction, that is at that point going to be a much better thing to do. I'm wondering, are there any more of these that we can easily and quickly get to? Let's just check through here really quickly. I'm not seeing any through here in the military section, which actually surprises me a little bit. Military roads are one of the biggest reasons to build roads in this game. Like for moving your military around, right? So that's definitely interesting. I doubt there'd be any in Oratory. That wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. Although there is definitely this population capacity and a bunch of freemen there, so there is that. Barbarians have risen up. We'll check into that in a moment. Is that the only reduction of road cost? It appears to be. Intriguing. So the barbarians are here. There's only 2,000 of them. I'm not sure we even have to do anything about them. I think they'll just peter out. They'll take 3 more locations and then cease to exist. That seems okay. I'm not too concerned about that. I mean, they're going to go up into Patani, but what are you going to do? It doesn't seem to actually do all that much. So let's grab Construction Leader here to reduce our costs for building this mill. It's now 110.4 gold. So we are a few months away from getting this mill queued up. Noted. Now, what's going on in this province that is going to rebel here? 0.23. How much will we get from harsh treatment? 0.06. Okay, that is irrelevant. So we're not going to do that. These guys are probably going to rebel again. That's fine. I'm noting these guys. I'm wondering, is this claim going to be on the state or specifically against the revolt? That'll be an interesting thing to find out. I don't actually know the answer to that one. Okay, so they are on their penultimate attack here. This is absolutely fine. There's no problem here. All they need to do is attack one more location and they cease to exist. So that looks good. We're going to build our third mill in Malaya here. That is looking fine. And at this point, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're probably going to either attack out over this way or start building roads. One or the other. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.